Welcome back to my Man Views YouTube channel. Enjoy the video.
Do both of you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, we're here on a motion to modify, support, and confirm arrears. We have an agreement on some of the issues, so I'll read the agreements into the record right now. The parents agree that there's been no family violence and neither is requesting a non-disclosure. The parents are in agreement that the child on this case, Bryson, has been in possession of the father, Mr. Jackson, for years, that the child is 18 and graduates high school at the end of May 2025. The parents agree that after assessing possession credits, Mr. Jackson's child support arrears are $0, and that Mr. Jackson will provide health and dental insurance for the child through his employer. The contested issues are the medical support arrears. So the state calls the mother Miss Crockett. Ma'am, will you state your name?
Tiffany Crockett.
And what's the child's name on this case?
Bryson Crockett.
And how old is he?
18.
Okay. And is it correct that he graduates this May?
That is correct.
And is it correct that he's currently living with Mr. Jackson?
That is correct.
And did you hear those other terms that I read out as agreed to between you and Mr. Jackson?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And are you in agreement with those terms?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay. And the state is showing that Mr. Jackson has medical support arrears of $489 that are assigned to the state. And we're requesting he pay that back at $25 each month beginning May 1st. Do you agree with that?
You talking to me?
Yes.
I don't know how I'm gonna pay that. I'm disabled.
That's what we're requesting he pay.
I'm sorry?
So we're requesting that we confirm the arrears that he owes to the state for medical support and that he make a payment on them each month. But you're okay with that?
I'm okay with that, but the thing about it is, although his dad has provided insurance for him, private insurance. So although my son had Medicaid because of me, we never used it. And I know that's neither here nor there, but he has been providing private insurance for Bryson for the last 8 years that he's lived with him. So I think it's the discrepancy in paying the $400 for the state benefits when he's already made arrangements for my son to have private benefits, which he does have.
Okay, and you were aware of the private benefits and you were able to use that insurance when you took your son to the doctor?
Yes, ma'am, I was. And on top of that, I've never used the government assistance. It was granted, but Bryson has never used it, not one time.
Okay, is there anything else you want the court to know about these issues?
No, those two issues.
Okay, I'll pass the witness. The state calls the father. Sir, will you state your name?
Courtroom Jackson II.
And Mr. Jackson, did you hear what I read out at the beginning of the hearing that you and Ms. Crockett agreed to?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And as to those specific terms, are you still in agreement?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, and the state shows that you have medical support arrears of $489 that are assigned to the state, and we're requesting to confirm that and for you to pay it back at $25 each month. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I disagree with that.
And can you explain why?
Yes, ma'am, I disagree with that because he's never used those benefits. He doesn't need those benefits. I have been paying for those benefits the last 8 years and he has not used those. I understand that that was in the original order, but that is something that he has not used. So all I'm asking is that that $400 be removed since I have already paid for all the other years that service hasn't been used. So that's all I'm asking is that the 400 and whatever amount be waived, as my son has lived with me and I am paying for private insurance as well.
And the order from 2007 has government insurance carried by the mother and you paying medical support of $40 each month. So when did you obtain the private insurance coverage?
I obtained the private insurance coverage in 2007 when my son was born. He's been on my private insurance since he's been living with me in 2007.
And did you let the Attorney General's office know that you had private insurance coverage?
I have advised them several times when I called in. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything else you want the court to know about these issues?
Yes, ma'am. The only other thing that I wanted the court to know about is not only have I called in several times regarding the issue, I was never advised that an affidavit could be used when I advised them that my son was living with me. The only thing that I was ever advised is that a modification could be done. I was never advised that I could submit an affidavit confirming that my son stays with me so that I could be off of child support completely. I was only advised that information about a year ago when I started this process to try to get the arrears removed. So I just wanted the court to know that I have made consistent efforts to try to make this happen, but it was only when I was advised about the affidavit that I began this process. Everything else I was advised was a modification. So I just wanted to make sure that the court was aware that I have been trying to get this issue resolved.
Okay, thank you. I'll pass the witness.
Just curious, Ms. Crockett, if the child had insurance all these years, why didn't you drop the child off Medicaid?
Why didn't I drop him off Medicaid? Because me and his father are not married. He has another family. And so because I'm a single mother, I have to make sure that my child is going to be covered regardless, because that's not my husband. So what I was doing is being a mother and being proactive. So that way, because it is his wife's insurance, and I'm very appreciative of that. However, that's not my husband. So I had to make arrangements to make sure that my son would be okay either way.
But you had a copy of the insurance card, correct?
I'm sorry?
You had a copy of Mr. Jackson's insurance card?
I didn't need a copy. I mean, I have it if it was available to me if I needed it. I mean, I don't just have it on hand, but yes, I do. Do you mean that I have access to it?
Yes.
Yes, he did cover my son. Yes, with the with insurance. Yes, he did pay for it every month. However, me and his father are not married. So I had to be on disability. I kept my Medicaid just in case as a preventative. I had to do that. So, because I'm on benefits.
I'm not asking about you, ma'am. I'm asking about the child.
What I'm saying is, yes, I kept my state benefits and his dad paid for private benefits.
Why did you inform the Medicaid office that you don't need insurance from them because Mr. Jackson's carrying insurance for this child? You could still kept insurance for everybody else, including yourself, but you could have just told them, I already have health insurance for this child. And that doesn't really have any relevance as to who's carrying it, whether it be Mr. Jackson directly or Mr. Jackson's spouse. You have insurance and you've had proof of insurance. I don't quite understand why you didn't inform Medicaid a long time ago.
No, Medicaid is aware. They know. They know that he's living with his father. They know that he has private insurance. I have to put those on there every month. I mean, when I go to renew, I have to put in my income.
You don't have to put in a child that doesn't need Medicare. You don't. Okay. All right. So first off, Mr. Jackson, the Attorney General's office doesn't work for you. They don't give you legal advice. And the affidavit you're mentioning isn't going to fix the problem. So that was never going to fix the problem. What you should have done in 2007, not in 2025, is you should have filed a motion to modify your child support and motion to modify your custody and all the issues that we did after we did the original child support order. You didn't do that. It's not anybody's fault but yourself. The Attorney General's office can help, but they don't always help. They don't represent you or the mother. So it was your duty to do something about it a long time ago. An affidavit really isn't going to help. It's just kind of putting on a band-aid on a bleeding arm. It's not going to help. We need to have an order like we're doing today that stops your child support and modifies everything, because just doing an affidavit isn't going to help, because then it'll just fix it for a little bit, but then you're going to have child support due the month after that and the month after that. So you needed to have done something else in addition to that. I'm not sure I understand why it took so long, but we're here now, so we're fixing it here with the modification. But we could have done this kind of order in 2007. So we're doing child support arrears are 0 after possession credits. Father to provide health and dental insurance. I guess if there's any future child support, then it's stopped now. As far as medical support arrears, I mean, I'm trying to do what's fair. I don't think it's right that Ms. Crockett had the child on her Medicaid. I know sometimes Medicaid does things on their own that they add children, but really what should have happened is Ms. Crocker should have informed them, and had you just used your private insurance. I'm not going to hold that against you, Mr. Jackson. It's not your fault that we didn't drop the child off of Medicaid uh, because it didn't need to be on there. I'm not supposed to waive your arrears, but I'm going to waive them in fairness, and it's not a lot of money anyway. So I'm going to set medical arrears at 0 since you provided insurance and court costs as billed. All right, the Attorney General's office will draft all that. They'll need a couple weeks to process that change. Give them a couple weeks, and then they can go from there. All right, y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Okay, the court hearing ended. Now, for a very quick second, I thought the judge was going to tell the father that he had to pay the arrears still. I would have been pissed off if he did. So I'm glad he was fair to wipe that clean. As for the mother goes, she wasn't wrong for not notifying, the state that, hey, we no longer need Medicaid. Now, if you are a mother or even a father that's doing what the mother did by notifying the state, keep that in mind. They can count that as insurance fraud. So be very careful. So with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and comment on the video. As always, subscribe. See y'all next time. Peace.